Here I am at Sand Dune Strength and Conditioning in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, and this is part 3 of I can only feel RDLs in my back. So I am doing an oldie but a goodie from what we used to do in classes. I'm basically pushing my foot and my hand together. I'm using the rack to steady myself so I can get back into my glute. The big mistake people make on this is they push their leg back. So they basically just swing their leg back instead of actually using their hip to get back there. But if you push your foot and your hand together, it keeps your canister engaged and it makes it a lot easier to get back into the hip. I have a much harder time on my right side with this than on my left. You know, I'll actually do this combination of exercises sometimes when I'm getting ready to deadlift. I think I was deadlifting today too after this. So this is a great cook band, okay? And this is, you could use 2 bands for this or even 1, but basically I'm going to set my rib cage. I might have had this in another one of the videos, but oh well, we'll do it again. But I'm setting my rib cage, I'm exhaling, I'm pushing over my head, I'm getting a nice reach that helps my rib cage position. So it kind of works on overhead movement too, and you can see my overhead is not the greatest, but rightly so. I'm sticking my big old booty back as far as I can get it, and I'm getting into those hamstrings. So this is one of my favorite warm-ups for deadlift and getting into your glutes. So now we're going to do a different RDL, like out of a kickstand. This time we're going to basically push that knee into the roller, and that's going to, some people are going to really get into the hip a lot better like this. So basically with all these different parts, like try these, experiment, and see which one you get that hip shift out of and which ones you can basically get into your hip. You can load a dumbbell on this. You can put a dumbbell on your, and I'm going from the side now. You can put a dumbbell on your right hand and a dumbbell on your left hand on this exercise. I'm intentionally not going all the way up because I want to feel it in my glute. But you can go all the way up eventually as long as you're not like doing a hard arch at the top. But I'm basically learning to shift into my hip or getting better at it. So, and then the last one that's coming up here, my hip extension sucks, obviously, but I can get a lot better hip extension if I hold onto that roller in a reach. It provides me a little stability and helps me get better at hip extension, which can also help you not feel, your RDLs in your low back. So there's a few more suggestions for you. Don't be afraid to experiment. A lot of people aren't willing to try this stuff and feel it through. Feel free to experiment and try different exercises and see which ones work for you. And once you find a couple that get you what you want, then stay consistent with them for a while.